Hey there, and welcome to CHGD 209. If you're enrolled in this online course, you are exactly where you need to be. Starting a brand new syllabus can definitely feel a bit overwhelming sometimes, kind of like staring at a giant puzzle. So we've put together this quick, highly visual explainer to act as your roadmap for the coursework ahead. We're going to break down exactly what you'll be learning, why it actually matters, and how it all connects, so you can hit the ground running with absolute confidence. Okay, let's dive into this. The foundation of our entire journey together focuses on a very specific, literally transformative window of time. We're talking about birth right through to 35 months of age. Yep, just under 3 years old. You'll be studying the super rapid physical, emotional, and cognitive changes that happen in these earliest years and figuring out positive ways to actively support that incredible growth using developmentally appropriate materials. So the crucial point is absolutely everything you're going to learn in this course, the theories, the safety protocols, the whole shebang, it all builds to this one overarching goal. By the time we wrap up this term, you'll have the skills to actually plan and design an infant-toddler program and environment that actively supports both the kids and their families. You're not just memorizing concepts here. You're building a real-world practical toolkit to create nurturing spaces. To make sure we hit that goal without any overwhelm, the syllabus is logically structured into 3 main modules. We'll start with Module A on child development, then we move to Module B covering family and culture, and finally, Module C focusing on the environment. Let's move to Module A and see how this builds. Child development, understanding the first 35 months. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we look at the constant, totally fascinating dynamic between a child's genetics and their surrounding environment. You'll explore exactly how these two forces work together to shape development. And what that means for you? Well, you'll understand how the environment you eventually create can literally boost a child's biological potential. Pretty amazing, right? To understand that development on a much deeper level, we'll dive straight into the latest research on early brain development. We'll explore the big ideas from major theorists, think Erikson, Piaget, and Maslow. And you'll learn concrete methods to enhance a child's growth across 4 major domains: physical, social, emotional, and cognitive. This is the exact framework you'll use to chart a child's progress with a developmental profile. Next up is Module B, Family and Culture, Building the Support System. And this brilliantly illustrates the heart of Module B. It's a continuous, dynamic cycle of interaction. You see, you really cannot care for an infant effectively without building a strong relationship with their family. You're going to learn the immense value of this continuous communication loop between you as the provider, the child, and the parents, and why sharing information about a child's unique individual needs is an absolute must. Now, a huge part of supporting families is helping them manage stress. Think about it. Dropping off a crying baby at childcare, it can be just as traumatic for the parents as it is for the child, if not more. As a provider, you have to actively help both the families and the kids cope with attachment and separation anxiety. You'll learn real strategies to ease this transition, plus how to connect families with valuable community resources for extra support outside your program. We're also getting very hands-on here. Module B focuses heavily on your day-to-day practical skills. You'll examine how different cultural beliefs actually shape an infant's temperament and development. We'll also cover the strict state requirements for routine record keeping, how to plan those absolutely essential daily routines, and the critical rules for maintaining family confidentiality. Basically, these are the logistical nuts and bolts that make a great program run smoothly. Finally, we arrive at Module C, the environment, keeping children safe and healthy. Okay, I'll be honest, this module is pretty rule-heavy, but it is incredibly, absolutely crucial. You'll be evaluating childcare settings to make sure they comply with the major governing bodies. We're talking about the Department of Human Resources, or DHR, NAEYC standards, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. A huge focus here will be implementing standard life-saving practices, like the back-to-sleep guidelines, to actively prevent SIDS. Mastering these universal precautions is the exact toolkit you need to keep vulnerable kids physically safe every single day. We'll go over the strict, required protocols for infection control. Yes, that means proper hand washing, very specific diapering procedures, and trust me, you'll be doing a lot of that, and the safe handling of body fluids. You're also going to learn how to do daily cleaning routines alongside health and environmental checks, so you can spot and fix any hazards immediately. Now, keeping kids safe also means being prepared for the worst. It's a heavy responsibility, but an essential one. You'll learn how to spot the early signs of common illnesses. And even more importantly, you will learn how to identify signs of suspected child abuse and neglect, whether that's emotional, physical, or sexual, and exactly what the DHR legal reporting procedures require you to do. Plus, we'll make sure you understand the absolute necessity of infant and toddler CPR and first aid. All of those strict safety measures and regulations, they actually lead us right here to this final, incredibly rewarding outcome. Once you know a space is perfectly safe, you can focus on making it enriching. You're going to learn how to design developmentally appropriate curriculum, pick out materials that perfectly match a toddler's abilities, and create truly engaging learning spaces and playgrounds. And that applies whether you're working in a home, a dedicated childcare facility, or out in the community. So there you have it, your complete roadmap for CHD 209. We've gone from the intricacies of brain development to building rock-solid family relationships, all the way to enforcing those critical safety standards. You are now fully oriented to the coursework ahead. So the only question left is, are you ready to build a developmentally appropriate, totally safe, and supportive environment for the next generation of infants and toddlers? Let's dive right into Module A and get this incredible learning journey started.